Welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. This is our spring percussion ensemble concert, and we're also doing steel drums, so it should be a lot of fun. Make sure you turn your phones off so that they don't make any noise during the concert. Excuse me. It's very distracting for the performers if there's any sound. Feel free to use them to take pictures or video if you want, or if you're in a class, take notes if you need to. After the concert's done, I'm happy to sign programs. If we ran out of programs, I can print more if you need them for your class. Just let me know. I'll stand here at the end of the concert. Our first piece is Quinn Mason's But We Have X Instead of Y. Quinn Mason is a young composer, up and coming, doing a lot of great stuff. I played in the Florence Symphony in South Carolina, and we played one of his orchestra pieces, I guess last year, so he's getting a lot of performances. I'm just going to read his program notes that he wrote for the piece. So Quinn Mason says, my friend Del Cook wrote a piece called We Need B, Not A, which was his response to what he called the industrialization of the percussion repertoire. Think about that. And used the same instrumentation as my piece, but with different and more militaristic rhythms. My response is a response to his response. Notice the pattern? But We Have X Instead of Y aims to show the wealth of ideas we have in percussion repertoire all over the world. And I incorporate inspirations from music all over the world, whether it be African rhythms, the hypnotic sounds of Steve Reich, or the primitive sounds from Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. So he's taking a lot of percussion inspirations and putting it all into one piece. And Quinn Mason himself, I believe, is a percussionist. But as I said, also composes for other things. So, and I'll mention one of our performers is out sick. She's contagious, so she can't be here. So I'm actually covering her part on the first 4 pieces. So any mistakes that happen, you can blame it on me. So I only have one day to learn everything. All right, I'll let the ensemble on stage, and then we'll play the piece. Our next piece, as your program says, is Hammers by Allison Loggins Hall. Allison Loggins Hall is a flute player, part of a group called Flutetronics that does a lot of new and innovative music for flute. This is a piece that she wrote for flute and percussion quartet. And again, I'll read the program notes that the composer writes so you have some idea of what's going on. So she writes, Hammers was inspired by construction noise and other industrial type sounds one can hear when living and walking around the busy streets of New York City. While the sounds created are often cacophonous and erratic, there is still a sense of order and focus to get the job done. If you listen closely, you can sometimes hear ostinato rhythms, which are repeated rhythms, and accented patterns. Hammers borrows these ideas, using the percussion instruments to represent massive tools at work. The flute is busy working through the noise, but is often interrupted and has to frequently stop, start, and repeat itself, similar to when one is trying to communicate or complete a task while there's disruptive noise. There is a moment when it feels like the work is quieting down and one can finally concentrate, but it doesn't last long, and sure enough, the noisy work picks right back up. So you'll hear that the four percussionists are kind of the construction workers, and then Megan on flute is trying to hold some sort of conversation, and it's not going well. Sorry, I hear laughing outside. Also distracting, similar to construction. So we're happy to have Megan Hollis performing with us. Megan's one of the first people I met when I started working here 10 years ago. She works with the marching band, works in the MRC, the Music Resource Center, and is also a very fine flute player. So when I bought this for the library, she was excited about it and asked if she could play, and I said, awesome, we'd love to do it. So here she is. And yeah, I hope you enjoy Hammers. All right, our next piece is 2 movements from a 4-movement work called 4 Miniatures. The composer Dave Alcorn is a percussionist, and he's actually been a guest here on campus. It was quite a while ago now, back in 2015. He came with the percussion group he was a part of, Clocks in Motion. And actually, this is when he told me about the piece. So we're excited to finally be able to play part of it. And the 2 movements we're going to play are Tarantella, which is the first movement, and it's based on a Southern Italian dance. It's very, very fast and energetic. And on that movement, you'll hear us play these paddle drums. Here, yours. See, Oscar's got one that looks like a lollipop. So does Hunter. And these are actually, they're instruments, but also when you buy them, they come with little foam balls, so you can actually play paddle ball with them, which we were doing some in rehearsal. It was an educational experience.
Yes.
And then the second movement is for triangles. It's called waltz. So it's like the dance waltz. It's in 3 in a fast 3. So you hear a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I think it's pretty good. You don't think of triangles as having a lot of musical interest, but it's short enough and there's a lot of rhythmic things going on that I think it's actually quite cool. So we'll play this, 2 movements, and then we'll have 1 more piece, break, and then go into steel drums. So here is 4 Miniatures. So our last piece on the first half is a piece for marimba. It's actually all four of us on one marimba. And while they get that set up, I'll just tell you a little about it and also read you the composer's notes for this one as well. So this is a brand new work composed in 2023, late 2023, so we're one of the first groups to perform it. Ivan Trevino, also a percussionist, has composed lots and lots of things for percussion, a very popular composer right now. His program notes say, there are moments in life that create a feeling I can't quite describe, like waking up in a sunlit room, or sharing a meal with old friends, or going on a road trip with someone you love. There's a jovial, euphoric feeling to it. I feel it when I catch the sunrise with my family, and I feel it when I play music too. Maybe it is gratitude or peace or something in between. Whatever this feeling is, it is at the heart of Watercolor Sun. So like I said, all four of us are around the marimba. You'll see the two of us, and actually Oscar at one point as well, are playing it backwards. That was one of my main concerns, trying to learn this backwards part in one day. So I think it'll be all right. And then after we play this, there'll be a pause, intermission, while we reset the stage for steel drums. So if you need to use the restroom, get a drink, feel free to do so. It'll take about 10 minutes. Otherwise, enjoy Watercolor Sun. So like I said, brief intermission and then come back for steel drums.
No, you didn't. Why did I?
Oh, no, well, they just, oh, man.
Well, now I was safe.
this is a very different kind of percussion ensemble than what the first half of the concert was. So all of the steel drums are made from 55-gallon oil drum barrels, so these big oil drum barrels, and cut to different lengths. And you can see Oscar back there with the bass pans actually has the full-sized 55-gallon oil drum barrels, and then they're heated up and hammered so that you get different pitches. And the smaller the drum, the more pitches on them. So each one of Oscar's drums actually only has 3 notes. That's why he has so many. Let's hear something from the bass so everyone can hear it. Okay, so there's 3 notes right there. And then Chloe's playing the cello pans, the next lowest. You can see they're cut, but not as shallow as the lead pans that Hunter and I are playing. So let's hear something on the cellos. And then we have Hannah playing the double seconds, which you can see that Chloe has 3 pans, Hannah has 2. So let's hear what the double seconds sound like. So even higher pitched. And then Hunter and I play what are called the tenor or the lead pans. So let's hear that. There you have it. So typically the lead pans play the melody, not always, but typically. The double seconds and cello play the accompaniment. Sometimes they're even called strumming patterns, like you would strum chords on a guitar. And then the bass plays the bass part usually. And then we also have a percussion section called the engine room, which can have a lot of different instruments, but for our resources right now, we have Silas on drum set and Noah on congas. Can you all just play your groove? There you have it. And that style is called soca, which is short for soul calypso, which is very popular music in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, where these instruments are from. And these instruments were actually invented relatively recently in the field of music, 1930s, 1940s, which may seem like a long time ago, but most instruments are hundreds of years old. These aren't even 100 years old yet, and they've developed a lot over that time. They used to even be like pie tins, like metal pie tins that people would hit, and it's evolved over time into these fully tuned instruments that we can play anything on. We can play classical music as well as this style. So that first tune was a traditional calypso or soca, Mary Ann. Now we have Tobago Jam by Len Boogsy Sharp, who's a very, very well-known calypso and soca artist, and has written a lot for steel drums. Pretty good form. All right. 1, 2, ready. 2, ready, and. Limbo Rock, which was a popular song in the 1960s by an artist named Chubby Checker, known for the twist. Anyone know that one? So, thanks so much for coming. Like I said, if you need me to sign your program, I can do so after the concert. I don't have a pen with me, so you have to provide me with something to write with. If you feel like doing the limbo, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. If you want to see any of the instruments, check out the steel drums, or if you have any questions for us, don't hesitate to come on up and talk to us. But thanks again for coming, and this is Limbo Rock.
earbuds. I have them.
What you mean? I can just write it. Who's your teacher? If she doesn't, you can ask her. She can email Dr. Van Ness, part of the chair. Or you can email me.
So you read that off of that sheet on what's here? That was his favorite.
I'm sorry for missing.
I played everything perfectly.
It was different. Oh, too busy? Is it too distracting?
Come over here.
That was neat though. So what were y'all doing that, how you were holding it? Did you-
And then the next day I got.
It had a noise in it, the way you were holding it, because it changed the way you. The way it.
You're fine.
Nana would think about it. She wouldn't know what half of those things were. She could just watch it. I could just hear it.
Are they playing the I can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't expect very many music majors to be here. And there weren't.
Yeah.
I think realized it's appreciation.
Always. Always.
I said nobody
What is that on?
And when you see him, he tells
Oh, I'm taking these to the
I didn't
library,
understand there's a hole.
so I need to get chocolate to break the gross.
That was here. Why does he, not tonight, he was at the last one, I think. He's the one that does your concert now. Not here, come on. Yeah.
You should play steel band.
I know, I should.
Cindy
I
used to.
tried to do it.
Tracy taught her. She never played with that.
Oh, really?
She did with Tracy.
Okay. I knew she had done it, but I didn't realize she hadn't done it.
She wasn't really doing much of that.
Yeah, fair. Well, now she's doing dragon boat races. Her team won the gold medal. Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Did he give you the date? Yeah, 7:30. It's in here as well. Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
I lost my place. I just
Clapping was weird.
I just stopped shaking. I don't know what I said. I said, we start doing that.
I stopped too early.
The cover is back there.
This side?
Oh, that's what
Skip to 100.
You what?
Happy birthday.
This one? This is the one that falls apart.
You're welcome. You never take me, so I don't have to